We're doing amazing. It's DarlingDTarot bringing you another tarot card reading. Whoop whoop. So right off the bat, I wanted to say thank you to anyone who is clicking on this reading or joining me. I'm so sorry as well to anyone who caught my live at my last one, and I didn't know if my volume was good or not because I didn't test before I went live, and normally I test. And so yeah, it wasn't good. So I stopped the recording and I just made sure to check my levels. But we are back on track. So going forward, we are covering Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Going forward, make sure to check all of your signs as each one will resonate in a different way. I am going to be covering all 12 zodiac signs. And this is going to be for both regular watchers and cross watchers as well. This is my first time doing an all 12 video, so I'm both a little excited, a little bit nervous. I have little cue cards as well, so we could just kind of go down the list. So that'll be also how I kind of keep track of the time scores or the time charts. I don't know, the time stamps. There we go. But going forward, I hope that you guys enjoy this and enjoy this kind of new format as well, and let's get right into this. So right off the bat, let's start with Virgo. So this will be for Virgo in Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Anything that Virgo needs to know from November 13th to November 20th. Now, in the last reading, we had a little bit of information on how Virgo is going through transformation, through change, through metamorphosis as well. I was almost about to say training. So for some of you guys, maybe you are taking on a new position. Maybe you are taking on a new job as well. For some of you guys, there's going to be a lot of opportunities thrown at you though, Virgo. And it's going to be both exciting and overwhelming at the same time. Maybe even a little bit frustrating from time to time, because it's almost as if every corner is shoving something at you. It's almost like you're in a buffet and someone's like, try the ice cream, try the pizza, try the burgers. There's all of these different outlets that are coming towards you and saying, hey, you should try this, you should try that. So Virgo, make sure that you're pacing yourself. I feel like that's incredibly important here. Now also with the number 3 polar bear, the number 3 talks about harmony between the mind, the body, and the spirit coming together and going forward as one, right? So you can make good decisions for yourself, so you can trust yourself, you can trust what you receive intuitively. Now also the number 3 talks about a very peaceful disposition and really trying to focus on the peaceful side of things, really trying to be a mediator. So for some Virgos, just trying to make everything feel a little bit better, or making sure that, maybe you are listening to all sides of a story before you really focus on what your solution or what your overall idea is, right? So for some of you guys, let's say that you got into a fight, Virgo, you're being asked to listen to what everyone's opinions and what everyone's ideas are before you come to your final judgment, right? Now with polar bear, it says solitude, friendship, strength, and resilience. Yes, and Virgo, there really is a reason that you are the hermit in traditional tarot, and it's because you are someone who loves your solitude. You love to be a little bit reclusive, you love to take time to yourself, and hey, that's an awesome energy to be in. Why not, right? But with solitude and friendship, some of you guys are really wanting to have that connection with other people. You're wanting to understand another person. You're wanting to be able to chat. You're wanting to be able to reach out. But that's something that maybe you have to put off for the time being. Just spending time by yourself, having that self-care time, Virgo. I feel like that's incredibly important. Make sure that you are really loving yourself and honoring yourself as well. I feel like also remembering the fact that you are someone who's very resilient. You are someone who has walked through hell and back without breaking a sweat. And you are someone who, honestly, if you get knocked down 9 times, you're going to get up 10 times, and you're going to get up even better than before, Virgo. So make sure that you're focusing on that. Wow, Virgo, we have number 30. So again, another 3 and 3. Wow. So this is all about coming into harmony with yourself, Virgo. This is incredible. Now also with the number 3 or 33, or maybe even 333 for some Virgos in Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, I feel like this is also a sign of coming into harmony with yourself, coming into understanding, knowing exactly what it is that you want going forward, knowing what will light that fire from underneath you and what will make you really excited about potentially maybe even pursuing a career-wise. You know, maybe you're starting to get really excited about a different college course, or maybe you're really getting excited about a different line of study or of work. I just feel like you guys are really floating into a brand new time, and it's almost going to be a windfall as well. It's almost as if, Virgos, that you're going to be coming into a lot of good luck very, very fast, a lot of happiness very fast as well. So let's go ahead and see what else does Dragonfly say. It says magic, spontaneity, immediacy, and change. Beautiful. So again, there still is that aspect of change and that level of understanding that change is the universal constant in life, right? If anything is constant, it is change, it is growth, and it is transformation. So allow yourself to go with that energy and to go with the flow. Now also, with magic here, remember that you are magic, Virgo, that you are incredible, and you are very spiritually inclined too, so make sure that you are working with that, Virgo, especially over the month of November, just November as a whole. Make sure you're trusting your intuition and you're listening to yourself. Now, we also have a man who trims himself to suit everybody will soon whittle away. Beautiful. So again, Virgo, make sure that you are focusing on what? Your uniqueness, your individuality, your integrity as well. You know, I feel like doing those things that only align with your inner integrity and your inner knowingness of what is right and what is correct with you is what's really going to help right now. Now, another thing that I really want to say going forward, Virgo, with a man who trims himself to suit everybody will soon whittle away, is make sure that you are honoring yourself, you're expressing yourself, especially through your clothing, Virgo. I know that you are someone who really loves to express yourself through your clothing, through what you wear, you know, maybe even through your hairstyle. So make sure that you're doing that. Make sure that you are, you know, dressing to impress yourself and not anyone else. Hi, Daria, how are you? I hope that you're doing amazing. Let me just move my chat really quick. I hope you're doing great. So let's go ahead and grab a little bit more information. We also have bread today is better than cake tomorrow. Some Virgos are also being asked to focus on their finances, to save up a little bit of money, to save up a little bit of a nest egg as well. You're really going to be thanking yourself going forward, Virgo. I feel like that's incredibly important. So let's go ahead and grab some tarot. Now also, some of the important numbers down at the bottom, we have 51 and 51 on both of these cards. So the number 6 might be really important. Oh, and look at that. 3 and 3, which would be 6. So 6 is the number of abundance. Virgo, you're stepping into abundance. You're stepping into some money. You're stepping into some good times, my love. This is amazing, Virgo. This is a vibe. Oh my gosh. Caught a vibe. Virgo, are you coming for the ride? The sun. This is amazing, you guys. Yes, this is happiness. This is good times. This is joy when you call me. You know, some of you Virgos might have felt like you were giving up and you were giving in, but now you're feeling excited to branch out, to go towards your aspirations, to go towards your dreams, to not play it safe or play it small anymore, right, Virgo? I feel like you're really going forward. But again, I feel like Spirit is saying, please make sure to pace yourself. Please make sure to take your time because it is so important. You are a master manifester, but you know, if you are trying to manifest, Virgo, with absolutely nothing. So Spirit is showing me someone who is trying to water a garden with an empty cup. So make sure that you're filling that cup first and foremost, Virgo. It is so important. Hi, DLC. How are you? I saw that you uploaded a new video. I have to check it out. But definitely, Virgo, make sure that you are continuing to focus as well on your gratitude. Yeah, the 3 of Swords. Virgo, you have been through it. You have been through trials and tribulations. You have been through endings of cycles, especially over the last year to 2 years. Some Virgos have had to say goodbye to people. There have been maybe even passings in your family or passings of people that are close to you, Virgo. It could even be the end of relationships, the end of long-standing cycles, the end of a period in your life as well, or a circumstance. And it wasn't always easy. You know, it's not easy to kind of walk forward away from these things, Virgo. And I feel like Spirit is really understanding that. Spirit is really understanding that, you know, you've been through it, Virgo. You have been battered. You have been beaten, but you're still gorgeous. I mean, honestly, you're snatched because we have the Empress here. I mean, this is an awesome energy, Virgo, because while you have been going through these trials and having to level up and having to push forward, having to light your path, you know, you're also discovering who it is that you are. And I feel like that's going to be your biggest gift over November 13th through the 20th. Now, going forward, what else can Virgo be expecting over the next week? So right off the bat, too, I do want to say the card on the top of the deck is the Lovers. It is the only one that is in the upright. So it very much makes me feel like, Virgo, some of you might have to make a choice. So it might be a choice in regards to your work or in regards to, a situation or a circumstance that has to end, that can no longer be in your life anymore. For some of you guys, you might have been holding on to something, a hope, maybe even just, I keep feeling like a tugging or a pulling in my heart, almost like heartstrings. So for some Virgos, it's almost as if you kept giving an individual a chance, another chance, another chance, another chance. And now it's just becoming very heavy and it's becoming very uncomfortable and very toxic, and you're understanding you have to let go of it. For other Virgos, it's this energy of giving your workplace many, many chances, maybe even many chances to give you the proper compensation, to recognize your work, your worth, your work worth. But I really do feel like there's this energy of you needing to speak up, because I kept feeling like an energy bubbling up. So for some Virgos, make sure that you're also speaking your truth, because that's also something that can change the situation quite drastically. For some Virgos, though, you're really being told to focus on your talents, focus on your passions, and again, to walk away from the sadness, instead run towards happiness. You see how the Page of Swords, the Roadrunner, and the Five of Cups, I believe it's a capybara, is also swimming away. He's swimming away, he's running away. They don't want anything to do with this. And I feel like that's the same energy that we have here, Virgo, is, just kind of focusing on joy and focusing on good times and good things. I hope you're doing good too. Thank you so much, DLC. I was so happy to see you in this live. So Virgo, definitely make sure that you are continuing to focus on happiness, continuing, yes, to focus on that brand new journey. I love that we were just talking about that too, Virgo, and now we have the Fool to kind of wrap this up, but I really do feel like there's a lot of new exciting things right around the corner. And for some Virgos, I feel like especially my single Virgos, there is a lot of love opportunities right around the corner, and I feel like that's something that's going to be very exciting. Hi, Artsy Girl Marilyn! Oh my goodness! I'm so happy you made it! Oh my gosh, I was actually just thinking about you a few minutes ago. I was like, I hope my girls can be in here. Hi, Deldria, how are you? Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to have all of you guys in the chat tonight. I'm just really quick going to clean these up, and then we will go on to Taurus. So we are just doing live polls on each sign. Oh, I had it in my lap. Okay, so going forward, let's go on to Taurus next. Okay, so moving on to Taurus in Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, let's go ahead and see what is going on with Taurus. Tauruses for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for November 13th through the 20th. Okay, so right off the bat, those with Taurus and Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, we have number 14, Caribou. Now, right off the bat, the number 14 is the number 5, so it talks about change, growth, metamorphosis, a journey, a job well done as well. Now, the number 5 can also talk about the hardest lessons learned. So for some Taurus, there might have been this energy of having to continue to persevere, having to continue to keep pushing forward, right? I feel like that's the overall energy with the majority of Earth signs over the last 3 months, to be honest. Every time that I've pulled on Earth signs, it's always been a very heavy energy, or a very having to focus on your resilience, having to focus on your hardiness, having to focus on the fact that you are very, very resourceful as well. But sometimes that can be a little bit trying. It can be a little bit exhausting to have to constantly be kind of pulling yourself up a mountain, right? Taurus, it's almost like Spirit is giving you, all of these hiking supplies and all of these climbing supplies, but Spirit is like, okay, well, you just have to do the climbing now. So it's a little bit frustrating, and it's a little bit uncomfortable, but at the same time, it's something that you can do because you have all the resources that you need. Hi, Tanika, how are you? Oh my goodness, hi, I love you so much. But going forward, Taurus, I definitely feel like, again, with perseverance, resourcefulness, movement, determination, having to focus on your inner determination, having to focus on yourself, and having to know that, you can go the distance, even during the hardest of times. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, wow. So synchronicity, you guys, look at this. Number 5, and then we have number 14, which is 5. So double 5, some Taurus Taurus are going to see 555 going forward, maybe even 1010. But with the number 5, again, highlighting that change, highlighting needing to trust your intuition, needing to trust yourself, and to trust that inner wisdom that you have grown through the tribulations, through the challenges, through the hardships, right? Now, remember what I was saying about the mountain climber or the rock climber that is relying on their own resources, that are kind of scaling the mountain, and they're having to push against the mountain to get upwards. Well, it's the same thing about the salmon in the stream, right? Is that the salmon can choose to turn around and to try to struggle and to try to get towards, the other side against the stream. But at the same time, the salmon could use just as much energy and just turn around and just continue to gently float forward, right? So I feel like that's very much the energy that we have here, Taurus, is allowing yourself to surrender to the present moment and allowing yourself to surrender to the magic that the universe provides, and knowing that you are on the right track at the right time, and knowing that you are on the right path as well. But with salmon, it says faith, determination, independence, and change. Beautiful. So again, change is a universal constant, Taurus. Beautiful. Now, something that I do want to highlight as well, Taurus, is that we have determination twice here. Determination on caribou and determination on salmon. So again, make sure that you are remembering that you can go the distance, that you can do anything that you set your mind to. I feel like that's incredibly important right now. So let's go ahead and grab some advice cards in regards to Taurus. I think it's interesting, all the 5s as well. So for some Taurus, I feel like you're going to be called to move, maybe even moving for a career or moving for love. That might be something that's in the cards. It could also just be a change of perception and a change of, the way that you do things. And on that note, we have doing little things well is a step towards doing big things better. Beautiful. So right off the bat, I really do feel like Taurus is going to be taking care of, pacing themselves, taking little steps, going forward very gently, right? Now, I do want to say really quick, too, is that we have the number 32 in these numbers here, which is, again, the number 5. So I really do feel like make sure that even if it feels like a very tough day or a very hard day or a very long day, that you're still putting in the effort. You know what I mean? Determination is what you need now. I'm blown away. We also have the number 50 here. It's interesting because, again, the number 5. Every single card that we've had so far, Taurus, has been the number 5. This is wild. I honestly feel like that's a synchronicity for some of you guys. Some of you guys might have been born in the 5th month or on the 5th day as well. So I feel like those of you that have a big 5 influence in your life too, Taurus, I feel like you guys are really at a time in your life where you're ready to settle down, but there's still one more challenge or one more hurdle that you have to kind of get across, right? We also have a kind word will keep someone warm for years. So again, make sure that you are extending the olive branch, Taurus. Make sure that you are talking to people, and kind of getting your thoughts out there as well. Now, another thing that I do really quick want to say as well, some Taurus might be seeing 444 as well. I keep saying that, so maybe there's also this energy of make sure that you are saying everything that you need, that you're not expecting people to be mind readers, if that makes sense, Taurus. Because it's almost as if for some Taurus, there's someone in your life. It could be a crush, it could be a family member, it could be a friend, and maybe you're just kind of expecting that they already know what it is that you want. You're just sort of like, it was implied, it was, kind of what I put out there, it was the air of what I said, but I feel like this individual genuinely doesn't know. So make sure that you are speaking up, Taurus, and yeah, again, make sure that you are closing out the cycle, closing up anything that doesn't have any clarity, and bringing clarity as well. So going forward, what else does Taurus need to know going forward? So we have the 3 of Chalices and the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. So right now is a good time to be focusing on spending money and spending time with your friends. I know it's so funny because I said spending money, but I do feel like Tauruses are going to be making bank and spending it at the same time. There's this energy of working hard to play hard, gaining money in order to spend money as well. And Tauruses are going to be living up. I don't feel like this is going to be a good week for saving. I'm just going to be completely honest. Like, I feel like some Tauruses are going to go to Home Goods and they're going to see an amazing pillow set that's on sale and they'll be like, oh my gosh, I have to have it. And I feel like with that being said, it's okay to do that. It's okay to spend that money because you are working hard. It's kind of like the law of attraction, the law of abundance, knowing that whatever you spend, you're also going to earn back as well, and vice versa. So make sure that you are continuing to work very closely with your finances because, again, the Seven of Chalices, there's a lot of abundance coming your way and a lot of opportunities as well, Taurus. But make sure not to feel, I guess, a little bit doubtful in these opportunities or in these beautiful blessings that is coming your way, right? Because I feel like with being stung so many times in the past year with the Ten of Swords, it almost feels a little bit bittersweet when you have something beautiful coming your way, right? So make sure that you are pacing yourself. Make sure that you're taking your time and remembering that you are worthy of these beautiful moments and these beautiful events, right? So one more card for Taurus. What should Taurus know for November 13th through the 20th? The Four of Swords. Yeah, now is the time to just focus on your passions, to take the time to maybe even reflect, to analyze, to ruminate, maybe meditate a little bit more as well. And I know your psychic, your local psychic telling you to meditate is like your dentist telling you to floss, but it's something that I have to do. I'm obligated. But with the Four of Swords, I feel like it's going to help you feel better, Taurus. And, I also feel like with the Four of Swords here, allowing yourself to get a little bit more rest when you need it. I feel like that's incredibly important. And trusting in yourself too. I feel like a lot of Tauruses aren't giving themselves enough credit where credit is due, that they can make good decisions for themselves and they can take care of themselves, and they do have a good head on their shoulders, right? So, again, make sure that you're taking care of yourself, Taurus, and, make sure that you're also just reflecting, taking the time to meditate. One more card, because I'm feeling called to it. Yeah, and spending time with your friends, Taurus. I know that I said earlier too, don't feel bad about spending money, and I'm going to say it again. Don't feel bad about spending money this week. If you have the funds, if you're able to do it, do it. Treat yourself. Go out and get your nails done. Get your hair done. Maybe even buy yourself a really nice dinner. Take yourself out, right? Buy yourself flowers. I feel like that's very much the vibe here, Taurus. So going forward, let's do Capricorn. So hello to Capricorns in Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's get right into this reading and see what can Capricorns expect for November 13th through the 20th. Beautiful. Right off the bat, Capricorn, I feel like maybe now is a good time to start focusing on stress relieving techniques. I feel like some Capricorns might have a lot of tension up top or a lot of tension headaches, and I feel like that comes from the long hours at work or maybe even just a lot of stress, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of worry or anxiety on what could happen or what could potentially go wrong, Taurus, right? On the bottom of the deck, we have albatross. And when I think of that, I think of the Bastille lyrics, "Your albatross, let it go, let it go." And I feel like that's kind of the energy that we have here, Capricorn, where you're learning to let go of the frustrations and the worries and the anxieties. Now, here's the interesting thing, though, is that we have number 30, dragonfly, and number 42, stick insect. And these are two very, very tough insects. Now, when we think of dragonflies, we think of them as fierce hunters. They hunt other bugs, they get what it is that they want, and then they just kind of relax for the rest of the night, right? And I feel like that's very much the energy that Capricorn's going to be in, especially after a time of contemplation. I feel like Capricorns have had to understand what it is that they want to do going forward, who it is that they wanted to be. It's after maybe even like a few months of a period of self-reflection, of, really going inward and honoring yourself and understanding what it is that you're really happy doing. For some, I feel like it was this big almost change in career where you just woke up one day and you're like, I don't think that I can do this anymore. I think that I want to do this. And you went towards it very fearlessly and very bravely, Capricorn, right? But going forward over the next week, I feel like there is going to be a change in the way that you view things, or at least a change in perspective that, maybe you can be a little bit more vulnerable, Capricorn, right? Because both of these insects, while they're both very fierce and very tough, stick insect, even though it's not a very aggressive bug, it does have a very hard exterior. And I feel like that's the same thing here, is that you don't have to protect yourself as much, Capricorn. You can just allow yourself to be. You can allow yourself to be a little bit vulnerable for a bit, right? But with stick insect, it says stillness, awareness, discernment, and composure. Beautiful. So again, now is the time to be meditating. Now is the time to be reflecting. But I feel like for a lot of Capricorns, you're just biding your time. You're just allowing yourself to be in reflection mode, And again, emerging someone new, emerging someone softer, emerging someone a little bit more vulnerable at the same time. But we also have Dragonfly here, magic, spontaneity, immediacy, and change. Beautiful. So I love too the fact that we have number 42, which is the number 6, abundance. A real big focus on career as well, a big focus on abundance, on financial abundance, financial wealth, financial stability, right? Now also going forward with the number 6 being here and the number 30 being the number 3, you know, I feel like there is this energy of balance and needing to focus on balance, needing to focus on balancing out all of your energy. So I feel like carnelian would be really good right now, smoky quartz crystal, and also clear quartz as well, Capricorn. But going forward, I do want to say that there is a lot of change in the air, but it's happening at such a quick rate, at such a very phenomenally fast pace. And it's going to feel a little bit scary because now is the time when you're just wanting to be in your cocoon, you're wanting to spend time by yourself, you're wanting to isolate a little bit, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but Spirit is asking you to abandon this leaf, right? To just kind of jump towards that next idea, to jump towards that next ambition. So even though you're asking yourself to, you know, meditate some more and reflect some more, Spirit is also then asking you, okay, well, you've spent enough time on the leaf, we're going to burn this leaf, and you can either decide to keep moving forward or you're going to get burned, right? And I feel like a lot of Capricorns have probably experienced this, where it's this energy of you don't move until until the universe finally tells you that you have to move, and that's when it becomes kind of unbearable. It almost begins to hurt, or it almost begins to be a little bit toxic, right? Especially in regards to relationships, Capricorn, relationships that you don't let kind of just die out. And I don't want to say that pessimistically, but I feel like a lot of Capricorns, you give a lot of second and third chances, you know, especially when someone really has your heart, because you really are loyal. You know, you're someone who's very dedicated. You're someone who, you know, once someone has your heart down, you know, you aren't going to move on very easily. So you really do want to see the best in people, especially the person that you love. But sometimes Spirit is saying, you know, if this thing is toxic, let go of it while you still can. Let go of it while you still, you know, have a little bit of ground to kind of launch off of, Dragonfly, right? Now, also Capricorn, it says creation, destruction, beginning, and expression. After every ending is always a new beginning. After every destruction is a brand new, you know, motivating and invigorating time, right? It's full of renewal. It's full of excitement. It's full of happiness. So use right now also to create your kind of narrative, to create your kind of most beautiful tale. What is it that you want to achieve in this lifetime? What is it that you want to go towards, Capricorn? That's what Spirit is asking you to kind of go towards, to create, to manifest, and leave behind the toxic, the uncreative, the uninspiring. Leave that in the past and go towards your highest happiness, if that makes sense. Now, going forward, Capricorn, I also do want to say, with expression being here, it's okay to express yourself. It's okay to, you know, wear that silly hat around the mall. It's okay to, you know, maybe even just wear that shirt that says, I love hot dogs. You know, that's perfectly okay, Capricorn. You don't have to be, you know, looking 100% all the time, you know, and even then, I feel like you could rock that outfit. You could rock that hot dog shirt, you know? Yeah, happiness measures a person's real worth. So it's not money, it's not views, it's nothing. It's happiness, right? It's joy. It's connecting with another individual. It's honoring yourself as well. And I feel like, Capricorn, that's going to be the biggest lesson this week, is just being happy within yourself, and, you know, being happy without any expectations, or, you know, without any strings attached. Yeah, enjoy yourself while you can, having fun, letting your hair down, Capricorn. So from the 13th to the 20th, wow. So enjoy yourself while you can in the single life, because romance will soon come your way. Remember we were talking about, Capricorn, where if you let go of this old leaf that's on fire, you can go towards a beautiful brand new leaf. I feel like that's what's going to happen, is the universe is finally giving you that brand new leaf that you've been wanting, Capricorn, that safe haven, that beautiful connection, and it's long overdue. Now also notice how we started with the number 6 and 42, and now we are here with the number 33, which is also a 6, Capricorn. So, you know, for some Capricorns, you might already know who this new individual is, but for the majority, this is someone new that you have not even met. You know, it could be maybe you meet this person on the subway, maybe you meet them on Facebook dating, maybe even Match.com. Let me just refresh my camera really quick. You know, but there is this energy of when you finally meet this individual, you're going to be so happy. You know, that not only that you met them, but that you kind of enjoyed your singlehood while you could, if that makes sense, Capricorn. But we do have the Five of Wands here in the reverse, followed by the Queen of Wands in the upright. Yeah, you know, letting go of the worry, of the frustration, of the fear or the anxieties, and instead stepping towards your creativity, towards your talentedness. You know, I feel like a lot of Capricorns, you have what it takes to be a self-starter, to be a entrepreneur, right? And why not? For a lot of Capricorns, though, you know, you might also have your own hobby or your own talent that you're going to turn into a business, and that's something you're going to be able to make a lot of money off of. So make sure to focus on that this week as well. You know, maybe even making a game plan for yourself, so then that way you can achieve this going forward, Capricorn, right? If anyone can make their own business, it's you. Now, we also do have the Seven of Pentacles here. Wow, with the Queen of Wands, this is someone who's working hard, who's planning, who's chipping away as well. You know, and here's the thing. Remember how I said stepping away from drama, from the frustrations? This is literally stepping away from drama. I mean, we have the elk in the background that are fighting, and this one is just sort of like, I'm just going to focus on my coin and on my abundance and on my happiness, you know, and they are away from the rat race. This could also be for some Capricorns deciding, I'm not going to keep going to a job and, you know, busting my butt for someone who doesn't care about me. Like if you have a very aggressive boss and they're always like coming at you and like trying to be rude or something. I just feel like there's this energy of you just being like, whatever, I'm focusing on myself, I'm focusing on my own energy. And I feel like for some Capricorns as well, you're really secluding your energy as well. You're taking it back. It's almost like a suction, like you're sucking it away from people, because some people, yeah, it's almost as if they have taken your kindness for granted, Capricorn. It's almost as if you have given so much to so many people, and it just was never appreciated in the way that it was supposed to, you know, which left you feeling a little bit exhausted or a little bit, you know, maybe even overwhelmed from time to time, right? Now, with the Two of Swords in the reverse and the Seven of Swords, again, secluding your energy, focusing on yourself, that's probably what even led to, you know, this needing to take time out, you know, needing to catch your breath, needing to have this self-reflection as well, is realizing that maybe some people don't have your best intention at heart. Yeah, so you went towards your own spiritual studies, you went towards your own spirituality, just your own happiness, right? Your own joy. And Capricorn, I feel like that's a beautiful energy to be in right now, especially with the Empress at the bottom. You know, this talks all about focusing on your divine feminine energy. Again, nurturing yourself, being compassionate towards yourself, and loving yourself. But I really do feel like there's someone right around the corner, Capricorn, that's excited about meeting you. I do feel like romance is coming your way. I feel like it's going to be towards the end of November, though, that you're maybe going to be really meeting up with this person or going on dates. But I feel like it's going to be a really exciting time, to be completely honest. So going forward, let's go on to Cancer. Whoop whoop. Okay, hello to all my Cancers and Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. DLC, I'm so glad that it resonated. But going forward to all of my beautiful Cancers, let's go ahead and see what November 13th through the 20th has in store for you. Wow, for some Cancers, November 20th, there's going to be a big thing that happens. Then it could be maybe a show, maybe an art show, maybe an anime convention. I don't know. Maybe there's just an event. Maybe someone's birthday is then. You know, maybe this is one of your moon or rising signs. But regardless, going forward, Cancer, I also do want to say cross watchers are welcome as well. So if you are a Cancer cross watcher, welcome. But we have number 18, Lizard, Tuatara, beautiful. So the number 18 is the number 9. It talks all about spirituality. It talks about solitude. It also talks about really trusting your intuition as well. Now, the number 9 can talk about, you know, really harnessing your alone time, not seeing it as being alone, seeing it as having a little bit more time to do the things that you love, Cancer. So, you know, whether that's painting or singing or listening to opera music, make sure that you are doing that. Make sure that you are following those hidden passions and maybe even those guilty pleasures that you have as well. For some Cancers, maybe you love watching reality TV shows or something along along those lines, and now is the time to do it. Start like finishing up with Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Go for it. Whatever it is that you really love, go for it, Cancer, right? Now, also going forward with Lizard to a Tarot, it says dreaming, sight, knowledge, and hidden gifts. A lot of Cancers are going to be receiving a lot of spiritual information through their gifts. I feel like there's a lot of astral projections, a lot of astral travel as well, which is honestly going to be both very good and also a little bit overwhelming for some Cancers. Because for some, it's going to be very unexpected. Maybe you've never experienced this sort of energy before, so you wake up feeling a little bit exhausted or feeling a little bit like, whoa, that was a very, very vivid dream. That was very strange. But I feel like Spirit is really asking Cancers to have a dream journal over this time and to really try to jot down anything that comes to mind about the dream. That way you can interpret it and really look over it later, because I feel like Spirit is going to be sending Cancers a lot of messages over their dreams. Again, especially with hidden gifts, I feel like it's hidden knowledge and hidden information that your spirit guides are kind of peppering in throughout your dreams. Now, going forward with sight and also with hidden gifts, I feel like a lot of Cancers, you have been blessed with the gift of sight, with intuitive sight, with intuitive knowingness as well. For some, I keep hearing that maybe you also have clairgustance, where it's almost like you can taste things, Cancer, or you can feel a texture in your mouth. And I feel like that gives you a lot of information or a lot of messages going forward. So make sure that you are really relying on that, and maybe even dabbling in it a little bit more. For some Cancers, maybe there's this energy of needing to feel more comfortable with just trying things out, testing the water, if you will, right? Coming out of your shell to do that. Now, we also have number 43, Red Squirrel, and number 23, Albatross. Beautiful. So right off the bat with the number 43, Red Squirrel, it says resourcefulness, vigilance, preparation, and busyness. So again, Cancer, I feel like now is the time that things are really going to be falling into place. But it's really interesting because I feel like a lot of Cancers want to have alone time. They want to, maybe even take the time to focus on themselves. But again, a lot like the Capricorn reading, I feel like Cancers are going to be almost thrust into the limelight, or thrust into center stage, thrust into this new way of being. And it's going to be both exciting and also scary. But here's the thing, Cancer, is this is something that you can grow on. This is something that is going to last the test of time as well. And that's something that's going to be very, very beautiful. Now, also with vigilance and busyness, allow yourself to continue working really hard. Focus on your career, focus on your abundance, focus on, kind of achieving those goals as well, Cancer, because I really do feel like it's going to be coming around. There's more money to be had. There's more excitement. There's more journeys and more adventures right around the corner. Now, another thing too with the number 23, Albatross, the number 23 is the number 5. So again, highlighting change, highlighting transformation as well. So allow yourself to surrender to the current change and to the current transformation that you are embarking on and going through. Now, we also have faith, endurance, journey, and hope. Now, when we think of albatross and a lot of other birds, we think of them traveling long distances, and they never doubt for 1 second that they can make it. Why? Because it is ingrained in them. It is part of them. And it's the same way, Cancer, that your spirituality is ingrained in you. Don't question it. Continue to trust it. You can go the distance the same way that these birds can do it and have done it and will continue to do it, right? So also with journey and hope, know that your journey is far from complete. Now, for some Cancers, that is a good thing, and for others, you're a little bit sad because you're like, I just want to find somewhere to set my roots down and to just kind of just be happy and exist. The Spirit is saying, no, there's still a lot more journeys to be had. There's a lot more excitement and a lot more adventures too. Honestly, Cancer, I feel like over the next 2 years, there's going to be opportunities to travel. There's going to be opportunities for vacation. For some of you guys, I see you traveling to Italy, to Ireland, to, it could even be Israel. I just feel like there's all these different places, maybe even Germany. I just feel like you're going to be able to travel to anywhere that you want, anywhere that you have really dreamed and hoped and manifested for. And that's all because you are someone who has worked with the law of attraction, right? So continue to do that. Continue to work with your spirituality and continue to work with a gratitude journal as well. Now also the number 11, Lion, power, loyalty, leadership, and family. Beautiful. So again, with power and loyalty, knowing that you have the power, I've got the power, is kind of what I'm hearing, Cancer. So keep focusing on that. Know that you have the power. Use that as an affirmation as well. Affirmations are going to be so incredibly important going forward. Using I am affirmations, especially Cancer. But I feel like your family is also going to want to connect with you a little bit more, right? I feel like your family and your friends are missing you, especially if you've been trying to seclude yourself. Now, going forward, I am going to grab a few more cards, but first we have happiness is enjoying what you got and never from what you want. Beautiful. So Cancer, I feel like, again, really enjoying everything that you have right now, appreciating all that's in your life, having gratitude, maybe even kind of focusing on gratitude affirmations as well is going to be incredibly important. But going forward, let's go ahead and grab a few more cards about Taurus. So we also have put all your unhappiness aside. Life is beautiful. Be happy. I love that we have two cards that are talking about happiness, Cancer. I think I said Taurus. So for some of you guys, maybe you're dealing with a Taurus. You have to watch that. In any event, Cancer. Oh my goodness. Put all your unhappiness aside. Life is beautiful. Life is good. Life is happy. Life is sweet. And I feel like there's a lot of joy right around the corner for a lot of Cancer. So make sure that you are focusing on that. Now also for the third card, we have truth seeks and finds the light of day. Beautiful. So I also feel like for some Cancers that feel as if someone has been a little bit sneaky, or, it's almost as if there's this energy of you saying, wow, someone really hasn't gotten their karma for what had happened, or, for what had transpired between me and them. And look at that. I go right to the Justice card. It's happening in divine timing. You don't have to act as the karma. That will happen on their own time. And believe you me, it's going to happen, right? So that's not even something that you have to worry about, Cancer, right? So that's why Spirit is saying we have your back. We have everything going in divine timing. Just you focus on yourself and don't focus on those lower vibrational energies. Don't focus on someone else having to get karma or anything like that, So going forward, also Cancer, I also feel like there's a lot of happiness in regards to maybe even just outings, going out with people, discovering the world. Again, a lot of travel in the future, Cancer. But let me just grab this really quick. We have the 8 of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords in the reverse. Beautiful. So with the 8 of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, moving very, very fast towards stability, Cancer, moving very fast towards brand new beginnings, towards brand new ideas, brand new ideals, leaving behind the drama, leaving behind any frustrations, and also leaving behind any defensiveness as well, Cancer, right? I feel like for a while there was a little bit of stubbornness on, well, I don't want to go. I don't want to leave this behind. I want to just stay where I am. I'm comfortable here. But I feel like the universe is saying, no, Cancer, my love, please continue pushing forward. Keep moving forward. It's so important that you keep pushing on, right? Especially with the 8 of Wands here and the Ace of Pentacles. We have this little dung beetle, and even though this big dung is like huge, it's humongous compared to the dung beetle's body, it's still pushing it. It's still managing to move this ginormous pile of poo. And I feel like that's the same energy we have here with you, Cancer. Make sure that you are continuing to move forward, to push, even when it feels impossible, even when it feels like the weight of the world is so heavy. And don't feel scared either to rely on your friends and family members, to ask for a little bit of help, Cancer. I feel like that's going to be incredibly important going forward too. Now we also have the King of Wands in the reverse. And let's grab one last card. The Page of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, again, I feel like there's going to be a lot of travel because honestly, when I see these two cards in the reverse, it always reminds me of not sticking by the same pond. Salamanders, they spend their entire life cycle, their entire life journey near the same little pond or near the same water source because they know that if they wander too far away, they're going to potentially dry up and pass. And I feel like that's the same energy that we have here with you, Cancer, is that, you're stepping out of this energy of, I don't have to think that this is my only option or my only opportunity, right? You're feeling excited to branch out and to go to new opportunities, to go to maybe even new countries, to new states, to just brand new places in general. But on the bottom of the deck with the Seven of Cups, this is opportunities up to wazoo. This is good times. This is being plentiful. This is, having everything that you want and then some. Maybe even to the point of feeling a little bit kind of greedy or gluttonous, right? But it's a very, very good energy, Cancer. So soak in that, but continue pushing forward, continue moving. I feel like don't allow yourself to, kind of be complacent and just to kind of drag on, right? So hi, my darlings. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy to see you guys. I was actually just about to do Pisces because I have that right after Cancer, so I'm going to do that now. So yeah, let's do. Okay, so hello to my Pisces and Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's get right into your reading and see what is November 13th through the 20th going to be holding for you. So right off the bat, Pisces, oh my goodness, I feel like there's a lot of money coming in right off the bat for some of you guys. It doesn't have to be a lot, but it could even be like maybe $5 extra on your paycheck. It could even be, maybe you find money just on the road, laying by the side of the road. There's just this energy of money coming in, and it's going to be incredible. Everything that you do right now, you're really manifesting it. You're really bringing it in just based on your own energies, based on the own energies that you put out there. It's incredible, Pisces. Now, going forward with the number 17 being the number 8, it talks about very fast forward moving energies, Pisces. Maybe even with the number 8 talking about unconditional love towards yourself, having to focus that towards yourself, making sure that you're being nurturing, compassionate, and loving towards yourself as well, Pisces. That is incredibly important. Now also with the number 8, I feel that is also a very studious number as well. So focusing on your studies it's going to be a great week for studying. It's going to be a great week as well for maybe doing practice tests online, especially for Pisces that are doing online college or maybe even trying to get their GED or trying to maybe even send in a resume somewhere. I feel like this is going to be a great week to do that. This is going to be a great week to get in legal papers as well. Now going forward, Pisces, with Python, it says discernment, detachment, transformation, and renewal. Beautiful. So again, there is going to be a renewal. The same way that a python can shed its skin and leave it behind, Pisces, you are going to feel very renewed by the end of the week. I feel like whatever is happening on the 13th and like the first few days of the week is going to be completely resolved on the 20th, right? I feel like there's just going to be this level-headedness that kind of comes about towards you, Pisces, and it's going to be very freeing. It's going to feel very liberating at the same time. Now also with Python, discernment and detachment, knowing what to put your energy towards and knowing what to pull away from, Pisces, that's the name of the game right now. Especially with discernment, knowing who is actually on your side and knowing who isn't. A lot of Pisces are receiving a lot of spiritual downloads right now on who is on their team, who is kind of their ride or die, and who is not. Who would honestly leave you behind on a desert island while they take their little raft and they row away because there's only room for one of you. Like, this is someone who would leave you in the dust, Pisces. So make sure that you are really focusing on yourself and trusting those intuitive hits, right? Especially if you pick up on an energy of something being a little bit sus or a little bit weird, right? A little bit suspicious. But going forward with Pythons are incredibly intuitive and intellectual as well, so it's a great week as well for reading, for listening to audiobooks, for really focusing on your studies as well, Pisces. Make sure that you are doing that. Now also with number 28, I do want to say too that spiritual baths are going to be really incredible, paired with obviously other kind of ways of maybe cleansing like sage, or maybe even lighting up some dragon's blood resin. I feel like that's going to be really important going forward, Pisces. But with number 28 being the number 10, again, chapters closing only to have a brand new one open, Pisces. So don't feel scared. Don't feel scared about destroying the things that are no longer meant to be in your life and going towards brand new things. So again, maybe even picking up on those downloads, those spiritual downloads on who is actually in your corner, not feeling scared to leave that behind, go towards people who actually fulfill you, go towards situations and circumstances that actually uplift you and bring you harmony and bring you happiness, right? Now also with fire, creation, destruction, beginning, and expression, again, make sure that you are expressing yourself, make sure that you are dabbling in your creativity. For some Pisces, I see you painting, I see you grabbing some oil paints and just painting, even if you don't feel like you're very good at art, it's just this energy of allowing yourself to put your creative energy somewhere. I feel like that's incredibly important, Pisces. Now we also have air, thought, alignment, breath, and intention. Yes, maybe even putting an intention with every breath that you take, every drink of water that you have, maybe even every bit of food. I see a lot of Pisces practicing gratitude over their meals as well. So this could be saying grace over their meals. This could be praying to their patron gods or goddess. This could be thanking their spirit guides. This could be thanking the universe. Whatever that might be for you, Pisces, I feel that you're going to be practicing, again, more gratitude. And that's going to bring more blessings in as well. Oh my gosh, we have a 28, which is a 10, and a number 19, which is a 10. Whoa, we have 2 10s here, Pisces. So again, there's going to be a chapter closing, so then that way you can open something new. Now, here's the interesting thing. For some Pisces, I feel like you're going onto a brand new diet as well. I feel like there's one Pisces in general, maybe you have, I feel like you're lactose intolerant, or maybe you have Crohn's disease, but you're going to have to cut out maybe gluten, or maybe just cut out specific foods out of your life just in general to feel better. But I feel like it really is going to help you. It's going to cut down with how bloated and with the cramps and, just how icky you feel, right, Pisces? So make sure that you are trusting your diet. I feel like now your body is just very sensitive to what you put in, especially like chemicals. So, if you're eating like a lot of snow cones, you might be like, ugh, like I can normally eat a lot of snow cones. Why do I feel this way? I just feel like you're incredibly sensitive right now, Pisces, right? Now going forward with number 25, Fairy Wren, it says spontaneity, vibrancy, support, and the muse. Beautiful. So again, make sure that you're singing your own song. Make sure that you're putting yourself out there and really getting across what it is that you have on your mind, Pisces. I feel like a lot of people are waiting with bated breath to see what you do next, to see what your next move is, Pisces, and to see kind of what's going on in your energy space, right? But I feel like for a lot of you guys, you have friends and family members as well, even though there's these ones that, maybe that are snake in the grass, so to speak. I feel like you have a lot of quality people in your corner as well, Pisces, that genuinely want to help, that genuinely care about you, that genuinely honor everything that you have to say as well. It's very much this energy of revering you and revering what it is that you have to say. But with Fairy Wren, spontaneity, vibrancy, support, and the muse, there is going to be this need to focus on the spontaneity of life, to just kind of go out and do things that maybe you wouldn't normally do, right? Go a little bit outside the norm. This could also be in regards to dating, maybe date someone or look online in a dating category for someone who doesn't necessarily fit your typical niche on what it is that you want for a partner, right? But we also have do unto others as you wish others to do unto you. So again, Pisces, make sure that you are treating other people fair right now. I keep hearing that what you give is what you get as well, and it's kind of like reciprocation, right? Now we also have opportunity is knocking at your front door. Yes, exactly what we're talking about. When one door closes, another one opens, but you only open the door when there's a knock, knock, knock. An opportunity is knocking, Pisces. How amazing is that? So let's go ahead and grab one more card for Pisces, then we'll go on to tarot and see what exactly is coming for Pisces. For everything, there is a season. Beautiful. So don't try to rush yourself, Pisces. And also I do want to say that everything happens for a reason. Even if for some of you guys, maybe a falling out with a friend, a family member, a circumstance, maybe losing a house, or, any sort of change or tribulation or hardship, or, really disappointing moment, it was for a reason. It was to make you stronger. It was to make you, someone who can connect with others a little bit easier, who knows sadness to know happiness, to know true excitement, to know true joy, right, Pisces? You know what, I feel like that's very much the energy that's going on here. So going forward, what should Pisces know right now for November 13th through the 20th? So we have the High Priestess starting us off. Wow. Okay, so right off the bat, make sure that you're trusting your intuition, Pisces. I feel like that's incredibly important, especially as you go forward. You know, because for a while, maybe you've been focusing on your practicality and really been practicing to focus on your practicality. And Spirit is saying that right now, you know, focus on your intuition, focus with your spirituality. You know, I feel like that's incredibly important. Now, we also have the Two of Wands and we have the Eight of Pentacles here. So, you know, small baby steps, they win the race, Pisces. Now, another thing that I do want to say too, with the Two of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles being featured together, you know, it's almost as if for some Pisces, you're going to be going to a lot of pick cards, a lot of tarot readings, a lot of different things online on YouTube. But I feel like at the end of the day, you know exactly what it is because we have the High Priestess here, because you are focusing on your intuition, Pisces. You know, it's almost like if anyone would know, it's you. Like, you're the first one to know, Pisces, right? And it's because Pisces is also a very, very intuitive sign. You know, I feel like make sure that you are continuing to focus on that. It is so, so, so important. Why? Because you are going towards your own stability, towards your own happiness, you know? And I really do feel like, yeah, it might take a little bit of work, Pisces, a little bit of hardship, a little bit of elbow grease to get there. You know, but there's a lot of happiness right around the corner. Now, another thing that I do want to say, too, is that, again, it's a very good week for intellectual studies. It's a very good week for maybe even sending in job applications or trying to apply for job interviews. But going forward, again, make sure to pace yourself, Pisces. That is incredibly important. Some Pisces are also going to feel incredibly exhausted, especially when it comes to their personal life or their interpersonal connections or relationships. So make sure that you pace yourself. I know that I keep saying that, but it's just so important for Pisces right now to make sure that they are drinking enough water. You know, they are so, so sensitive right now. Now, another thing, too, that I do want to say is, again, with all of the cards talking about opportunities and talking about brand new beginnings, Pisces, you know, there is something very large right around the corner. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes to you within the next 2 or 3 weeks. For some of you guys, it's going to be news on a large travel, maybe a vacation. For some of you guys, maybe it's a house that's actually coming in, or, you know, maybe you're buying a house. For others of you guys, maybe it's news of a pregnancy, you know, or maybe it's news of, you know, just getting a new fur baby. I don't know, but whatever it is, Pisces, I feel like it's just going to bring you a lot of joy, and it's going to be very unexpected at the same time. Again, spontaneity. It's going to be very spontaneous and very out of the blue, very out of nowhere, right? So let's go on to Scorpio. Woo woo! So, hello to my Scorpios in Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's get right into this and see what is happening for my beautiful Scorpios. Scorpio cross-watchers are also welcome. So let's get right into this and see what do my Scorpios need to know for November 13th through the 20th. November 13th through the 20th. Right off the bat, we have White Pelican. Beautiful. Ease, optimism, grace, and cooperation. Beautiful, Scorpio. So right off the bat, you know, now is the time to really be focusing on that optimistic side, really focusing on how things can go right, how things can go correctly for you as well. You know, knowing that you're someone who is worthy of good times, of good things, and of good fortune as well. I feel like for a lot of Scorpios, there's going to be a lot of good luck coming your way too, a lot of good fortune. For some of you guys, maybe you're going to go ahead and buy like a lottery ticket or a scratch ticket, and that's going to be incredibly lucky this week. But going forward, there is this energy of having a big support system, having a healthy support system as well, Scorpio. So make sure that you are utilizing it. Make sure that you are going towards them. Make sure that you are kind of expressing your feelings and your worries, your thoughts, your ideas with them. I also feel like for some Scorpios, make sure that you are kind of looking after your health. Make sure that you are looking after how you're feeling as well. I feel like that's incredibly important. For some Scorpios, you might be struggling a little bit with your sinuses, or maybe even just with you know, I feel like it's mainly just feeling clogged up. It's feeling as if, you know, you're not feeling good. Just I feel like gurgling even would be really, really good. But, you know, especially for, you know, your birthday month going forward, I feel like it's incredibly important to take care of yourself health-wise, to focus on your mental health too. You know, I feel like that's incredibly important. Now, also with the number 22 starting us off, which was the number 4, talks about stability, it talks about groundedness, it talks about growth as well, and kind of setting down the pillars of your life. So when we think about building a house, we think about 4 pillars in the ground, creating a firm foundation, right, Scorpio? So that's what this month is also all about, creating a firm foundation that you can continue to build upon, that you can continue to grow upon as well. Now, with White Pelican, it says ease, grace, and cooperation. A lot of people are going to want to work with you as well, Scorpio, so it's up to you on if you want to. I feel like Spirit is encouraging you too, you know, to take people's hands, to take their help, to take their cooperation, right? Because I feel like you have a really amazing support system, especially with number 37 Wood here. It says growth, connection, support, and renewal. You know, a lot of people want to be on your side. They want to be your shoulder to cry on, Scorpio. They want to take care of you even in the hard times. So make sure that you're staying receptive to that and staying open, because a lot of Scorpios right now, I feel like it's just kind of the energy of the collective want to be alone. We have Timberwolf here. This is talking about seclusion. It talks about sticking to yourself, staying by yourself, wanting to focus on yourself, even though everyone around you is kind of wanting a piece of you. It's kind of like that Britney Spears song, You Want a Piece of Me? And I feel like everyone wants a piece of Scorpio this month. So it's almost like you have a lot of hands in the fire, a lot of irons in the fire, a lot of places that you have to go. But at the same time, you know, I feel like a lot of Scorpios are just kind of appreciating the journey and appreciating the laughter and the memories that they make, right? Now, also with Salmon being the number 5, faith, determination, independence, and change. You know, a lot of people are going through changes right now, and it's interesting because while we have the salmon that's jumping out of the water, we have the white pelican that is also very kind of balanced here, right? And very much in its equilibrium. So Scorpio, make sure that while you're going through these very exciting times, through this change, through these growth periods as well, and these brand new cycles in your life, make sure that you are staying very balanced. Make sure that you are taking the time to really balance out your divine masculine and your divine feminine sides, to focus between the mind, the body, and the spirit all together as one. I feel like that's incredibly important. Not just making decisions based on what logically feels good or what spiritually feels good, but, you know, kind of to mull over things and to really have that marinating time in your own feelings and in your own thoughts, right, Scorpio? I feel like that's incredibly important. So going forward, let's go on to your next few cards. But I feel like Scorpios are also being called to trust their instinct, you know, to trust the fact that they're being guided right now, and to trust that, you know, they belong, you know, to know that they have a place in kind of the divine cycle and the divine path, right? Now, we also have the best way to navigate through life is to give up all of our controls. Yeah, to just kind of keep going, to keep swimming, to keep pushing forward, even if it feels uncomfortable, even if it feels a little bit awkward. For some Scorpios, I don't know why, but it's just been for Scorpio, I felt so awkward. And I feel like that's going to be the energy for Scorpio over the next week, is just this awkward, like, what should I be doing? Where should I be going? What should I put my energy towards? You know, but Spirit is asking you to just kind of give up, to surrender to the universe, to surrender to the situation and to everything that's coming your way. Why? Because there's also opportunity knocking on Scorpio's door as well. You know, I feel like there's a lot of happiness, and know that anything can be done that you put your mind to, Scorpio. Believe it can be done. You know, trust in miracles as well. I keep hearing there can be miracles if you believe. You know, so all that it really boils down to is trusting in that, trusting in the universe, trusting in your own manifestation skills as well, Scorpio. Now, we also have a person's character is his destiny. Beautiful. So I feel like this also goes in turn with, you know, you focusing on your optimism and focusing on taking care of yourself a little bit more, because I feel like when you're shining as an individual, Scorpio, other people can really see that, and other people can really kind of pick up on that as well. You know, I feel like a lot of people are going to be seeing Scorpio over the next week, and there's almost going to be this untouchable energy for Scorpio, right? But it's really interesting because a lot of people, they do want to spend time. Look at that. The Two of Wands with the Magician card in the reverse, the Temperance card in the reverse, and the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, for some Scorpios, you know, I feel like there's almost this energy too of maybe over the last week or two feeling a little bit discouraged on, are my manifestations even working? Are they coming to me? Are they coming into fruition? You know, and maybe even feeling as if you had to give up on your manifestations, but now you're really starting to see them coming forward. You're really starting to see them coming full circle as well. You know, you're getting back into balance. I feel like for some Scorpios, there was kind of like this off the wagon sort of a moment where, you know, you just felt as if everything was falling apart or nothing really made sense. Everything was a little bit confusing or lacked clarity, but now you're going towards it. You know, you're going towards understanding as well. I mean, the Three of Swords in this deck, it doesn't just have to be hardships and heartache and, you know, and breakups. You know, the Three of Swords in this deck also talks about an elephant never forgets. You know, an elephant always remembers. And I feel like, Scorpio, that's your story here too, is that through all of this discouragement and maybe even just feeling a little bit sad about what has transpired or what has happened in the past, you're ruminating, you're reflecting on what all has happened. You're reflecting on all of the hardships, on things that people have said about you. You're reflecting on your own things that you've said about you as well, Scorpio, right? And with that energy, you know, it's a little bit tough. It's a little bit hard to have to reflect on all of this. I looked down, there was actually the Tower card too. You know, so it almost feels as if it's a shakeup every time that you have to look at these things and really go through them with a fine-tooth comb. It's very uncomfortable. But at the same time, you're learning how to be a little bit more vulnerable, a little bit more comfortable with healing these emotions as well, with going through this shadow work. You know, we do have the King of Swords in the reverse, followed by the King of Cups in the upright, and the Seven of Wands in the reverse. Beautiful. So again, you know, not feeling as if you have to be defensive this week. You know, I feel like November in general is just a month of surrendering to the universe, Scorpio, and trusting, being vulnerable, trusting that you can be vulnerable as well. I feel like that's incredibly important, you know, especially if some Scorpios have just left a relationship or just ran out of a very toxic cycle, or maybe even out of a narcissistic / empath sort of dynamic connection. I feel like some Scorpios are really headed towards success and headed towards happiness, you know, but it's after a period of reflection and understanding, you know, maybe even why you had to be in that connection in the first place, what it was that you learned from the connection. You know, honestly, I feel like every single person that is in our lives, you know, they teach us something different, Scorpio. So for everything, you know, there is a season and there is an understanding of maybe why certain things happen the way that they do, right? You know, so again, even though the reflection and the rumination can be a little bit uncomfortable or a little bit uneasy at times, it is something that's going to be really wonderful over the next week. So make sure that you're focusing on that. So let's go on to Leo. Hello to my beautiful Leos in Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's get right into your reading and see what is happening for my beautiful Leos. So right off the bat, let's go ahead and grab some animal language cards for my beautiful Leos. So we have koala, beautiful, number 44. So the number 44 is talking all about the number 8. It talks all about fast forward movement as well. It talks about unconditional love at the same time. So a lot of Leos are being asked to not only love themselves unconditionally, but those around them as well. So this could be your friends, your family members, you know, just maybe even people that are passing by on the street, having more gratitude and maybe even being a little bit kinder, a little bit softer towards them and towards yourself, right? Now also with the number 44 being the number 8, it talks about creativity, about focusing and honing in on your talents. You are someone who is innately very skilled at being a business person, right? You are someone who is very business minded. You are someone who is very logically minded as well, Leo. You know, and at the same time, I feel like you're someone who is very dedicated and determined to your own pursuits. So this is going to be a really wonderful time to put that love and that nurturing energy towards your ambitions, towards your financial ambitions, towards your, you know, maybe even just career dreams in general, your career aspirations. For some of you guys, you've always dreamed about opening your own boutique or your own shop or becoming a musician or, maybe even just opening up your own barber shop, right? But I feel like maybe in the past there was this energy of, could I even do it? But now you're understanding as this week unfolds that the sun is shining on you, that good fortune and good luck are shining on you as well. And you can do anything that you set your mind to. Now, the number 44 being the number 8 also talks about, gates opening as well, and kind of your path becoming a little bit easier than it was before, especially as you trust yourself, Leo, and as you trust your inner intuition and your inner knowledge. Now, with Koala, it says calm, perspective, imagination, and ease. Beautiful. So again, Leo, make sure that you are trusting your imagination, trusting your creativity, even if it means just sitting in bed and listening to music and like making a scrapbook, do it. If you feel called to do that, do that. If you feel called to get a bottle of wine and fix up furniture, do it. I just feel like there's this energy of whatever comes to you over the next week, go for it, because it's really going to help. Now, also with calm and perspective, I feel like a lot of Leos are going through a bit of a perspective shift this week. It's almost this energy of knowing that you could be worried about certain things, but you're not going to be, you know what I mean? It's a very healthy energy, Leo. I feel like a lot of you guys are really understanding how to maybe cherish or care for another individual a little bit more as well, especially for some Leos that are in a relationship. You're learning how to be a little bit more soft around the edges, right? But with Koala saying ease, I also feel like there's this energy of Leos just being at ease, knowing that everything is okay, especially towards the end of the week, towards the 20th of November. But going forward with the number 3 polar bear, it says solitude, friendship, strength, and resilience. So Leos are very, very loved right now, especially in regards to family members, but make sure that you're trusting yourself and listening to your inner child, Leo. I feel like your inner childhood work is going to be incredibly important right now. So if that's watching Bear in the Big Blue House, do it. If it's watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, go for it. If it's doodling on a big sketchbook, go for it. Whatever it is that makes you feel connected with your inner child, Leo, make sure that you are going towards it. But with polar bear, solitude is going to be incredibly important, especially I feel like over kind of the weekends of November. And I feel like all of November, just in general, Leo, is going to be your time to shine in your solitude, in your reflective state, in your one-on-one time with yourself, so to speak. But I also feel like this is when your strength is really going to shine. This is when your perseverance is also going to shine too, is over the next week. As you go towards your aspirations. For some Leos as well, I'm getting the innate and distinct feeling that you're having to work with your throat chakra as well. So whether that's clearing it, working with singing bowls as well, I feel like that's going to be incredibly important. But make sure that you're taking things one step at a time. We have the number 3 and then we have the number 31, which is the number 4. So 3 and then 4, talking about pace yourself. Again, one step at a time, 1 second at a time, 1 moment at a time, Leo. I feel like for a lot of Leos as well, it's very easy to kind of just rush into something or just feel like you have to be balls to the wall about everything, right? And I totally get that. I have a little bit of Leo in my chart, but I also do feel like there's this energy of allowing yourself to pace yourself and to take your time as well, knowing that everything's going to still be there in the morning, knowing that even if 5 other people have that same idea as you, Leo, that you're still going to do it in a way that is so different from everyone else, right? It's almost like every other person could be making pancakes, but you still have the one ingredient that kind of sets you apart from everyone else, right? So remembering that, understanding that, and really vibing with that, appreciating it. Now also with polar bear resilience, knowing the fact that you are someone who is very resilient, and that's why you are someone who can persevere through the hardships and through the trials and tribulations, Leo. But with B, creativity, purpose, harvest, and devotion, again, focusing your devotion towards yourself, focusing your devotion towards your harvest as well, working with the law of attraction, working with your manifestations. I feel like a lot of Leos right now are going to be working with the manifestation or with the phrase, whatever I spend comes back to me tenfold. I feel like that's going to be a really awesome affirmation to be utilizing during this time. But a lot of Leos, with it being the number 31 and the number 4, are going to also be focusing on stability in their home life, focusing on stability in, how to make their home better, how to feel more comfortable in living, how to have a little bit more spending money as well. Really looking over budgets is going to be incredibly important over the next week too. Now, with the B card, it says creativity, purpose, harvest, and devotion. It always reminds me of joy as well in working with other people, cooperation. Again, I feel like it goes without saying, Leo, that you are someone who is held in a very high regard. So make sure that you are allowing yourself to be loved. You might also be seeing 111 a lot as well. And I feel like that's going to be a very important number, Leo. But we also have the number 4, dolphin, joy, light, flow, and compassion. Again, joy, happiness, good luck, good fortune, kindness coming towards you as well. But as you have compassion towards yourself, I feel like that's also what you're going to be receiving back from the universe too. So let's go ahead and grab some tea leaf or fortune cookie oracle cards. I always call them tea leaf cards, but the other cards I had were tea leaf. Okay, Leo, so let's go ahead and see. Opportunity is knocking at your front door. And we also have the best way to navigate through life is to give up all of our controls. Again, to surrender to the universe, surrender to divine timing, surrender to knowing that you are on the right path at the right time, Leo. And not stressing the little things either. Perpetual optimism is a force multiplier. Yes, exactly what we were talking about, Leo. It's better to just focus on the silver lining and to focus on the happiness rather than to kind of be focused on what could go wrong, or what could be bad, or what could potentially kind of fall through, right? Because I feel like for a lot of Leos, it was almost this energy like over the last few months you've had the rug ripped out from under you, and you almost had to like scavenge your way back up to the top, right? And now Spirit is saying like, for everything there is a season. Even the most uncomfortable times in life, Leo, they were for a reason. It was to make you stronger. It was to make you wiser. It was to make you faster as well, right? Just someone who can think like quicker on your toes too. But bread today is better than cake tomorrow is also what we have here. So Leo, again, now is a really good time to focus on your finances and to focus on saving up money. I feel like that's incredibly important going forward. Hold on really quick. I gotta just refresh my camera. But again, saving up money, Leo, this is going to be really important. Some might be going on vacation or going on holiday or thinking about doing that. Now is a good time to start budgeting. Remember how I was saying now is a great time to budget, Leo? That is exactly bread today is better than cake tomorrow. This is saving for a rainy day. This is putting... Yes! Oh my gosh! Saving for a rainy day, the 4 of Pentacles, the squirrel that is hiding its nuts for the winter. And what I love about the 4 of Pentacles as well is that while it saves for winter, the squirrel does, it also knows that as it goes forward with the 4 of Pentacles, that if it potentially forgets, it's going to grow into a beautiful maple tree. Hold on really, really quick. I am just going to grab another battery pack really, really quick, Leo. Okay. Hold on. I am right back. Okay, perfect. So, again, saving money is the name of the game right now. I feel like it's so important to make sure that you are saving up those finances. Because what I love about this card as well is that the squirrel, after the winter has come and gone, there's also this energy of the squirrel trying to hide some more nuts or hide some more acorns for the next winter without necessarily knowing that, hey, I forgot that these acorns were even here and now it's sprouting into a beautiful maple tree. But at the same time, there's this unknowingness of, what you put in is also what you get out. This squirrel is not only going to be, saving itself for the winter when it finds these acorns, but it's also going to be saving future generations of squirrels as well, because there's going to be another maple tree releasing these acorns onto the ground. And I feel like that's the same energy that we have here for you, Leo, right? Is, you're really looking after yourself and maybe even looking after future generations, really looking at your finances, really saving your pennies. Beautiful. We have the 6 of Swords here. It wanted to come up in the upright. And when I see this card, it talks about being cautious, being able to maneuver through the red flags, being able to maneuver through kind of the tough periods of life as well. But the Six of Swords also talks about going to higher ground, going to something better, going to something that's going to be more fulfilling for you as well. And we literally have your card here, Leo. So with the Strength card, this is beautiful because it talks all about, persistence and perseverance and resilience as well, knowing that you can make it, knowing that you can do anything that you really set your mind to, right? Now, I do feel like there's also going to be a lot of opportunities, and you might be a little bit bored with some, right? It's okay to say no. It's okay to pass it by. It's okay to go towards what makes you happy, Leo. And beautiful, we have the Three of Swords followed by the Fool card. Gorgeous! So again, there's going to be some brand new opportunities. Use your intuition, Leo. I feel like it's so important here. And don't be so focused on the past hurts. Don't be so focused on the things in the past that might have went wrong either, Leo. Now is the time to be focused on the good. Now is the time to be in that perpetual optimism, right? So going forward, oh my goodness, I'm glad that it resonated, DLC. But yeah, oh my goodness. So Leo, make sure that you are focusing on your happiness and on your, overall just your blessings and your creativity and the things that you really love. So let's go on to Aries. Okay, so hello to my beautiful Aries in Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's go ahead and grab some messages, and then after that we will do Sagittarius, Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. So we're almost done. I hope that my battery actually lasts for the rest of this, because I don't actually know where my other batteries are. So, but going forward, with Aries, what's going on in Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Aries? What's going on for Aries? I'm actually going to put that back really quick. Okay, so right off the bat, we have number 20, Eagle. Vision, freedom, authority, and inspiration. Beautiful. So right off the bat, Aries, I keep hearing, you're the meaning in my life. You're the inspiration. So there's someone that really inspires you, Aries, and I feel like this is someone that you're really going to be connecting with a lot more over this week. It could be that you are receiving text messages from them. Maybe you're calling on the phone. Maybe you are even going on outings with them, going on dates. But I feel like this is going to be a really good time to get to know someone a little bit better, or maybe even to have that alone time, if you will, right? Now, also with the number 20, Eagle, the number 20 being the number 2, talking about balance between equilibriums, divine feminine and divine masculine, being able to kind of be fluid between both energies as well. But with the number 2, it also talks about being balanced within your own energies, knowing that you can make good decisions for yourself, knowing that you are someone who can see all of the red flags. For some Aries, you might have been or might be being a little bit hard on yourself, and might even be saying to yourself, can I even see the red flags? Can I even see what's going on here? I feel like all I pick are really bad people, and I feel like Aries, this is something that is really going to pass, right? I almost keep hearing this too shall pass, and I feel like there's going to be a reason why you had to experience so much relationship kind of dread and kind of unluckiness, right? And I mean that in the best way, because I feel like someone, especially this person that maybe you're talking to right now, is going to bring so much contentment into your life and so much happiness and so much joy. This is someone who values freedom just as much as you do, Aries. This is someone who wants to vibe on your same level. This is someone who wants to take you out, but the two of you guys remain individuals, which is something you are going to be all about, right? This is someone who also wants to make sure that you're taken care of. Someone that likes to make sure that you're fed. They're going to message you throughout the day and be like, hey, did you drink today? Did you have anything to eat? Did you get enough sleep? I just feel like there's this very caring vibe about someone that's in your inner circle, Aries. Now, also going forward, I feel like both of you guys are kind of active soundboards off of each other. There's very much this energy of both of you guys actively being inspired by one another, actively wanting to work together, actively wanting to cooperate as well, because we also have number 12, Mountain Gorilla. So the number 12 is the number 3, and it talks all about harmony, about peacefulness. And maybe this is even someone that brings a lot of peacefulness into your life, that brings a lot of contentedness and a lot of harmony. But I also feel like going forward with Mountain Gorilla, reverence, contemplation, contemplation, community, and inner calm, you know, you're really being asked to maybe even focus on your inner calm, to focus on your family, to focus on your friends as well. You know, and maybe even for some of you guys that are dealing with a brand new relationship or with someone that has kind of intrigued you or sparked that new romantic interest in you, now is the time to really trust that you can go towards romance, and that it's okay to be a little bit vulnerable, right? You know, because I feel like, again, with that balance between divine masculine and divine feminine, you know, I feel like you're really staying aware to all of the red flags and staying aware to anything that might potentially go wrong, Aries. Now, it's really interesting, though, with contemplation here. You know, I feel like a lot of Aries have been you know, really taking the time to understand what it is that they want to be doing going forward. Yeah, especially with the number 11 lion. You know, maybe that's kind of the frustration when it comes to a new relationship as well, is this someone that's going to match the grand scheme of things? Or is this someone that's going to look good with the rest of your divine plan or with the rest of what it is that you want to bring in, right? And it's not pickiness at all. You know, I feel like Scorpio, and maybe you're dealing with a Scorpio, but Aries, you could definitely do that. You know, I feel like for a lot of you guys as well, this individual, you know, even though they're going to be very loyal to you, I really do feel like maybe for some of you guys, this was someone who was introduced to you by your family or maybe even by your community. Maybe they live in your neighborhood. But I really do feel like this is someone who is just as liberated as you are, someone who is just as free, you know, someone who longs for their freedom, who longs for their individuality, who longs for their own leadership, right? But I also feel like this is someone who might want to start a family with you, who might want to settle down and might want to really commit as well. But it might be a little bit scary because for some reason, Aries, I feel like it's almost as if you're saying this is way too soon. You know, I don't want to just jump into something right away. You know, I've been burned before this way. I want it to be a little bit of a slow burn. But I feel like Spirit is saying, no, we want you to just jump right into this. Jump in with faith. Take the leap of faith. You know, trust that you are going to jump into a relationship that is caring, compassionate, and loving, and honestly really good for you. But we have faith, determination, independence, and change. Again, continue focusing on your independence even through this change, because I really do feel like the person that you're going to be connecting with, Aries, is going to be so focused on their independence as well. It's not even going to be a problem between the two of you guys. And honestly, with the number 1, water, feeling, awakening, expression, and life, I feel like this is an individual that is very much going to be expressive about how much they care about you and how much they want to be individuals and how much they still want to have their independence as well. This might even be someone who has a tattoo. You know, for some Aries, I feel like this person might have a shoulder tattoo or maybe even like a lower back or like a leg tattoo. But I feel like that's also part of how they express themselves. This person is a little bit, I feel like it's a little bit like kind of an alternative sort of a look. It does not have to be. But I really do feel like it's kind of like Spirit is saying also, don't judge a book by its cover when it comes to meeting new people or when it comes to striking up a new romantic interest, right? Sometimes it's very good to kind of go against the grain and go towards someone maybe that's not like your normal typical type, right, Aries? Now we also do have truth seeks and finds the light of day. Beautiful. So right off the bat, you know, as long as you're being truthful, as long as you're being 100% and being honest about everything, you know, there's nothing that you have to worry about, right? And know that anyone that does try to lie to you, like maybe for some Aries, there's this energy of, remember I was saying earlier that you're a little bit scared that you might not see the red flags, or you might not see the warning signs, or you might not see if someone is toxic or not. I feel like Spirit is very much saying just give it time and we will be the ones that show you, you know? So you don't even have to worry about, you know, if you don't spot it all at once. You know, I feel like Spirit is saying, you know, we are going to drive out anyone that doesn't belong in your life. We are going to show you signs and synchronicities, but it's up to you to really listen to it. For some Aries, I feel like 555 was a really big kind of wake-up call for them, a synchronicity where they were seeing it everywhere, and they almost knew that they had to take a change, that they had to maybe cut something or someone off, but they didn't know how to. And I feel like it was a little bit strange and a little bit hard, a little bit uncomfortable, but I feel like Spirit really helped you and really helped you to kind of get away from these bonds or these bindings or these chapters that no longer served you, right? Now we also have darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Beautiful. So again, allow yourself to kind of trust in the universe that everything is going to come around the way that it's supposed to. We also have perpetual optimism is a force multiplier. Beautiful. So again, make sure that you're focusing on the silver lining and really looking at the optimistic side of life as well. For some Scorpios, for some Aries, I really do feel like there's a Scorpio in here though. Like maybe there's going to be a Scorpio that you interact with, Aries. But I feel like for some Aries, maybe you're going to be coming down with like strep throat this week, or maybe there's even going to be just this energy of, you're not really feeling all that good. It could just be you feeling exhausted. I don't even feel like it's a cold. It just feels like you're exhausted. It just feels like you're so tired. Yeah, the Hanged Man. And with it being in the reverse, it's almost like frustrating. You want to get out into it, Aries. You want to just kind of make those moves. But now is the time with the Queen of Pentacles to just take care of yourself. And obviously keep focusing on your independence, keep doing what it is that you need to do. But at the same time, self-care is your best friend right now, Aries. Taking away a little bit of time from work, and for some Aries, it's really interesting because it's almost like, but I don't want to do that. I like my job. I like my career. I like working all these hours. But I feel like for your mental health, Aries, make sure that you are taking a break. Yeah, with the King of Swords. And look at that, double eagle. For some of you guys, the eagle is your spirit animal, Aries. So make sure that you're looking that up as well. It talks all about, again, freedom, going forward with authority, being someone that is very revered in your community as well, being someone who is higher up. For some Aries, there's almost this energy of maybe even having a promotion, or maybe getting a pay raise, or maybe just getting a raise in general. And I feel like that's going to be very, very exciting. It's just this energy of stepping into a higher level of authority and a higher level of passion as well. But we do have the Strength card in the reverse. So Aries, trust that you have what it takes, but don't feel like you have to shoulder all of it all at once, right? Yeah, we have the Five of Cups. Just the fact that you're making progress in general is so wonderful. The fact that you are kind of moving away from the anxieties, the fears, and the frustrations just to honor yourself and to go towards your own manifestations and your happiness. That's the real merit in it, Aries, right? So even though it sometimes feels a little bit scary or a little bit uncomfortable or a little bit final to have to go towards a new chapter in your life, sometimes it's for the best, right? Like this capybara can't just sit here all day looking at his dead friend. He has to move forward. He has to keep moving on, even though it hurts him, even though it's upsetting. And for some Aries, I keep also hearing that your old life is going to cost you your new one. So maybe you're having to leave behind a way of being, so then that way you can embrace a brand new chapter in your life as well. So let's go ahead and go on to Sagittarius. Okay, hello to my beautiful Sagittarius in Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's go ahead and grab some messages. I'm actually going to grab a little sip of my drink really quick. Okay, so going forward, let me just refresh this. Okay, Sagittarius, beautiful. So Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is going on for my beautiful Sagittarians? Okay, so right off the bat, we have Dugong, number 6. Trust, grace, mystery, and humor. Beautiful. So right off the bat, a lot of Sagittarians are really focused on their career. They're really focused on that financial gain as well, their financial prospects. I feel like as well, with the number 6, this is feeling very dedicated and very determined to creating maybe financial prosperity in the future. Maybe you're planning on a little career that you can make for yourself, a side job, a side hustle. For some Sagittarians, I see you guys going to cosmetology school as well, learning how to do hair, nails, makeup, really wanting to open your own businesses too. And I feel like that's something that you can very much do. I feel like Spirit is also really kind of commending you and really very much praising you, and the fact that you have always just gone with the flow, that you've always just minded your own business and just stayed dedicated and determined to what is correct, right? I feel like for a lot of Sagittarians too, there was almost this energy where you had to feel almost like you had to go with the rest of the crowd, right? But a lot of you guys, I feel like you have always stayed true to yourself, and you have always continued on your own path and your own course, even if other people tried to give you a lot of slack for it, right? And that's what's beautiful about you, Sagittarius. Now, also with the number 6 dugong, it says trust, grace, mystery, and humor. I feel like there's going to be a lot of brand new ideas and brand new exciting things coming your way as well, Sagittarius, especially with mystery. It always makes me think that there's a secret right around the corner, or maybe there's a new adventure or a new exciting possibility or a potential, right? For some of you guys, maybe you're also going to go on an outing. It could be for work. It could just be with your friends, your family members. Maybe you're going out with your friends a little bit more often too, and that's going to be a good time because we have the dugongs that are surrounded by the fish. It makes me think of someone who is surrounded by their friends, who is going out and, maybe even making more acquaintances, making more friends, really wanting to connect with other people. Now, another thing that Sagittarius is really going to be focused on over the next week is their fitness. I feel like a lot of Sagittarius are really going to be maybe starting a new fitness routine, maybe even working out a little bit more, joining CrossFit, yoga, what have you, maybe even cycling. But I do feel like there's this energy of getting a little bit more active, putting yourself out there, going the distance as well, Sagittarius. Now, also with trusting yourself, trusting your intuition, and trusting that you have the resources to make a lot of money, right? Now, Sagittarius, you might have felt a little bit worried or a little bit concerned that maybe you aren't going to have enough money or you aren't going to have enough resources to live comfortably. And Spirit is very much saying that no, you are going to have enough. You are going to be blessed with a lot of abundances, and especially with number 19, air. It says thought, alignment, breath, and intention. But Spirit really wants you to start working with the law of attraction a little bit more, Sagittarius. Keeping a law of attraction journal is going to be incredibly important as well. Working with affirmations, really getting your ideas and your thoughts and opinions out there as well. For some Sagittarians, maybe you work at a mortgage company, or maybe you work somewhere where you're very hands-on. Maybe you work with other people. You have to cooperate with others. So you have a lot of ideas. You have a lot of opinions on how the day should be ran or how the shift should be run. And I feel like now is the time for you to really mention that and to really bring it up to others. For some of you guys as well, you're really embracing your heritage and you're really embracing your culture as well. And I feel like you're reading up more about it. You are maybe even doing things that kind of surround your traditions a little bit more, and I feel like that's going to be very, very exciting. That's going to be very comforting as well. Let me just check this battery. I'm not sure if I charged it or not, but if it's not, then we will just I will probably end the stream and then just continue Sagittarius later tonight. Oh, maybe? Okay, I think it's good. Okay, Sagittarius. So going forward with the number 7, again, I really do feel like there's this energy, though, of make sure that you are sharing with other people, sharing your culture, sharing your opinions, your thoughts, your ideas, the things that make you, you. Now, another thing that I do want to say with the number 7, again, originality, uniqueness, your one-of-a-kind energy, even with other people. I don't know, Sagittarius. I think that was my only other battery. Okay, I'm going to end this stream and then I will come back in a little while. I'm going to go charge my batteries and I will be right back. I have so many batteries now and they're like all dead. So yeah, but okay, I will be back. I will come back on in a little bit. Thank you, Artsy Girl Marilyn, for being my amazing moderator as always. I will be back on hopefully in an hour or an hour and a half. I'm going to go meditate and charge my batteries. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing amazing, and I hope to see you in an hour. So I will see you guys soon. Bye, my love.